Welcome to day 5 of the path of ease. Before we begin, take a moment to settle. Notice your breath. Notice the weight of your body resting exactly where it is. You don't need to change anything. You don't need to fix anything. Just be here. Today, I'd like to talk about something that quietly takes away a lot of our freedom. Something that shapes our decisions without us even realizing it. The fear of being seen. You know, for many years I didn't understand how much this fear was influencing my life. I remember when I was working in the restaurant industry. Even back then, people would often tell me, "You explain things so clearly. You should share more. You should teach." And honestly, I could feel something inside me come alive when I heard that. There was a natural desire to share, a natural curiosity, a natural joy. But every time I thought about starting a blog or speaking publicly, another voice would appear. Maybe you know this voice too. It would say, "Who do you think you are? People know you as this version of yourself. What if they judge you? What if they laugh? What if you fail?" At the time, I thought that voice was protecting me. I thought it was being realistic. I thought it was wisdom. But looking back, I can see it was fear. Fear of being seen. Fear of being different. Fear of stepping beyond the identity I had become comfortable with. And honestly, I still notice this voice sometimes, even now, as I record this podcast. Not because it controls me anymore, but because I can recognize it. I can hear when fear is trying to make decisions for me. And maybe that's the most important thing I want to share with you today. The goal is not to get rid of that voice. The goal is to recognize it. Because once you see it, it loses much of its power. Sometimes we don't realize it, but many of us have learned that it's safer to stay small, safer to stay invisible, safer not to shine too brightly, safer not to be too successful, not too free, not too different, not too much. And so we begin shaping our lives around avoiding discomfort. We explain ourselves. We justify ourselves. We ask for permission. We wait for approval. We stay where we are even when something inside us is ready for more. Does any of this feel familiar? Where in your life are you still asking for permission? Where are you making yourself smaller than you really are? Where are you holding back because you are worried about that someone else might think? Take a moment and really look. Not to judge yourself, simply to notice. Because here is something that changed everything for me. I realized that the voice of fear is often just the voice of an old pattern. A voice that learned long ago that mistakes are dangerous. That rejection is dangerous. That criticism is dangerous. But you are not that voice. And you are no longer that child. You are already an adult. You are already capable. You are already able to make decisions and take responsibility for them. The fearful voice may still appear, but that doesn't mean it has to lead. A mature person doesn't spend their life asking, "Am I good enough?" They ask, "What feels true? What can I learn? What is the next step? Is this decision coming from fear or from clarity?" And this brings me to your practice for today. The next time you need to make a decision, pause before answering, before agreeing, before saying yes, before saying no. Take one slow breath in and one slow breath out. Feel your body. Feel your feet. Feel your presence. And then gently ask yourself, from which version of me is this decision coming? From fear? From the need for approval? From the fear of disappointing someone? Or from my own truth, my own clarity, my own inner knowing? You don't need to rush. You don't owe anyone an immediate answer. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to feel. You are allowed to choose consciously. Today, begin noticing these moments. Write them down if you'd like. Not to change them, not to fix them. simply to become aware, because awareness creates freedom. Spend some time in silence today. Walk slowly. Notice the sounds around you. Notice your breathing. Notice your body. And ask yourself one final question. Who would I be if I no longer needed anyone's permission to be myself? Thank you for being here. Thank you for your honesty. And I'll see you tomorrow.